Hi everyone, I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble from Vast Therapy, and I help professionals to cope with their grief and their sadness so they just feel happy again. And I'm back off holiday, I'm back at the gym, so back at exercising and do my spinning, the thing I love to do, spinning and swimming, and obviously a little bit of running now and then. But yeah, it's great to get back into routine. So this morning I just wanted to talk about something that concerns me about children going back to school, because they will be feeling the same kind of symptoms, the same kind of stages with grief that you get after a loss of a loved one. Going back to school, because they're going to be grieving the loss of their friendship groups, because they are going to be in these bubbles. And it's something that obviously I've thought about how I can give them a quick tip that parents can use, but also you can teach your children to use, and they can pass on to their friends as well. So it's just a quick tip to, when they're feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit of separation anxiety, a little bit fearful, a little bit isolated, all the kind of feelings that you do feel after grief and loss. And it is a loss of their normality, remember. They're going back to something that they're not going to recognise. It's going to feel strange, and we really need to protect them and make sure that they're okay with how they can go back to school and how they can feel about themselves. Because it's really important, because the mind only does what you tell it to do, so tell it good things. Your mind pictures things, it visualises things, and then that creates, in the words that we use in our speech, that creates your knowledge and your reality. It's an absolute fact. So if I was to tell you right now, I want you to put your hand on your right shoulder, so you are covering your heart first of all, okay? And then when your hand is on your right shoulder, you can do this with your children, and then I want you to really laugh. Tell them a dad joke, tell them a mom joke, something really funny, so they really feel like laughing. They could do it with a friend if they don't want to do it with you. I have teenagers, I know what it feels like. But really, really laugh. So when they feel that sensation of that hand really gripping their shoulder, their right hand shoulder, so their right hand man, their right hand woman, they're going to feel anchored, they're going to feel secure, and they can close their eyes at that point. They're feeling anxious, they can literally look up, take 3 deep breaths in, and then as they close their eyes, they can go back to this moment that they're doing with you right now, or with their friends, where they're laughing, where they're feeling good. And that feeling, that anchoring of that hand on their right hand shoulder, their right hand man, their right hand woman, will give them that sensation. But I need you to do it repeatedly, at least 3-4 times with them, so they really connect with this anchoring method. And it will really help them when they're out in the open. And yes, adults can use it as well, but it's really good for children, because children are so suggestible. They will take on anything like this. So I can just close my eyes right now, and when I put my hand on here, I feel the sensation of being back in one of my favourite places in the world. I'm back in Ras Al Khaimah in Al Marjan Island near Dubai, an apartment there that I was bequeathed, and it's a happy place. And I can literally, in my mind right now, visualise the picture that I got up at my home of myself, my mum, Marlies, my Stuart, my son Ben, and my daughter Gigi. And we're all on, and we're all smiling, and we're all happy. So I know as soon as I put that hand on there, I'm anchoring myself back to that special place, that happiness, that good place, that place where we laughed, we giggled. We saw turtles, we saw dolphins, we even saw a shark. Slightly scared my daughter, but me and Ben were straight in the water. That's what you need to do. Take your mind to a happy place. And you can do it instantly. Nobody really knows what you're doing there. You don't have to close your eyes, by the way. It just helps with visualisation. But if you just do that one technique, do it with your children, get their friends to do it with each other. It literally will feel like they have somebody's hand. But you really have to heighten the feeling, really visualise that feeling as well. Give it a colour. Give it a smell, so I can smell the ocean air. I can hear the seagulls in the background. I can smell the suntan oil. Really give it a sensation. Use all our senses, so feel, touch, anything that helps you to visualise and give yourself that happy picture, that picture of happiness, of laughter, where something where you found it really funny, and use that anchoring technique, and I can promise you it absolutely works. It works with grief all the time, and the children are going to have a sense of loss. So that's my top tip of the day. Not just for grief, but for our children going back to school, where they're going to feel slightly fearful. It's unfamiliar. The mind doesn't like what's unfamiliar, so we need to make things familiar. And that will happen by repetition naturally, just like your times table. So if you do this, this will happen by repetition. This will happen by making it familiar. And once you make it familiar, to take you straight to a happy place, or take you straight to a song, laughter, whatever your choice be, using all your senses and making it really, really heightened, and do it at least 3 or 4 times before you need to use it, then this will truly work. And you can change it in an instant like that, from sad to happy. And that's my top tip for today. So I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble, back at my beloved gym, doing my spinning, starting my exercise again, getting back into routine, making it all familiar. The mind likes what's familiar. So today, be kind to yourself, talk to yourself nicely, laugh, smile, makes a difference. Try and smile and be unhappy at the same time. It's really hard to do. So please take that on board, give it your children, practice it with your children. And I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble from Vast Therapy, and I'll be putting my calendar link in the comments below if you want to talk any more with anything that you'd like me to help you or your children with, because I absolutely love being around children. They keep me young, and they certainly do make me laugh. So everyone have a wonderful day. And remember, inspire to achieve and achieve to inspire.